Now, the royal member Zara Tindall has finally spoken out about the monarchy's feud with her cousin, Prince Harry. For years, the royal family has kept a stiff upper lip through waves of controversy. But now Zara Tindall, the famously composed and fiercely independent granddaughter of Queen Elizabeth Roman II, has finally spoken out. Zara has kept her distance from the stormy feud between King Charles and Prince Harry, but in a move that stunned royal watchers, she's broken her silence. So what did she say, and why now? Join us as we unravel Zara Tindall's surprising take on the growing rift between King Charles and Prince Harry. Zara Tindall's royal spotlight. Even though the royal family is known for its calm and polished image shaped over many centuries, they have been under the spotlight like never before in recent years. Every move they make seems to be watched closely by the public and the press. This extra attention really began when Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, made the surprising decision to step away from their roles as senior working royals. Their departure didn't just cause a stir in the media. It also set off a period of emotional adjustment and quiet changes behind palace doors. Changes that are still ongoing. Now, in this highly sensitive and emotionally charged environment, every little thing a royal family member says or doesn't do can be examined, analyzed, and even misunderstood. And in the middle of all this, Zara Tindall, the daughter of the dependable and hardworking Princess Anne, has recently found herself in the spotlight. But this time it wasn't for her accomplishments in the world of horse riding, where she's won Olympic medals and world titles. Instead, it was something she said, words that many believe shine a light on the royal family's continuing inner struggles. Just recently, Zara attended an elegant and exclusive event in London's stylish Mayfair district. It was a glamorous gathering hosted by the Sporting Club, an organization that celebrates athletes and their achievements. Zara, who is a champion equestrian and one of Britain's most respected sportswomen, was there to talk about her career and experiences in the world of competitive sports. As expected, she was one of the evening's main attractions. But what caught people's attention wasn't just her stories about sport. It was what she said about her family. Her remarks came at a time when many had noticed she had missed some very important royal events. Most notably, she was absent from the V-Day commemorations, a deeply meaningful day for the country. She was also not seen at a recent Buckingham Palace garden party, where she's usually a familiar and friendly face. People who follow royal events closely noticed these absences right away, and this made her comments at the Sporting Club event feel even more significant. As she spoke to the audience, Zara opened up in a way that surprised many. Between stories of long hours of training and the ups and downs of a life in sport, she mentioned how hard things have been within the royal family. Her words seemed heartfelt, and they gave listeners a glimpse into a side of royal life that is rarely shared. With quiet honesty, she said, "It is very hard to see from the outside, but 100% it is a family that is still going through the same struggles other people do." This simple but powerful statement touched many people. It was a reminder that behind the titles, the royal palaces, and the grand ceremonies, there is a family dealing with very human emotions and challenges just like anyone else. Zara went on to say whether they are relationships. Obviously, it is very easy to see every day we're still very supportive of each other. This seemed to be a clear reference to the constant media attention focused on the royal family's personal relationships, especially the well-known tension between King Charles and Prince Harry. Some saw Zara's words as a thoughtful attempt to show that, despite the disagreements and the stress of public life, the family members still care about and support one another. Others viewed it as an honest acknowledgement that things are difficult but not hopeless. Her comments revealed something complex, that love and support can still exist even when there is conflict. Zara also took a moment to remember her grandmother, Queen Elizabeth Roman II, who passed away in September 2022. Speaking with warmth and admiration, she said, "We had a very incredible person to look up to who is sadly not here anymore. She was amazing and an inspiration to all of us." These words carried a lot of emotion and reminded people of just how much the late queen meant to her family. So, what could have led to the rift sweeping through the royal monarchy? Let's find out. A royal family in crisis. Not long ago, Prince Harry suffered a major disappointment in the UK courts. He had been trying to challenge a decision about his personal security while visiting Britain, but the court ruled against him. This defeat clearly upset him. Soon after, he gave a powerful and emotional interview to the BBC, which many called explosive. In that conversation, he described the court's ruling as heartbreaking, and even went so far as to call it an institutional stitch-up, suggesting that there was a coordinated effort against him by people in positions of power. Such bold and accusatory words stirred up strong reactions. They added fuel to an already tense situation, and did little to repair the fractured ties between Prince Harry and the rest of the royal family. Still in the same time frame, Harry said he was open to the idea of making peace with his relatives. "Safely say from my experience, all the traveling that I've done all over the world, speaking to people." But other things he said seemed to contradict that hope, leaving many confused about his true intentions. One of the most talked about comments he made was, "I don't know how long my father has." This remark came just as King Charles had begun treatment for cancer. While some believed Harry was expressing worry and concern, many others felt his words were poorly timed and lacking sensitivity. The criticism was swift, and the chance for healing family wounds became even slimmer. The emotional impact on King Charles has reportedly been deep. Insiders say he feels betrayed by his son, not just by his actions, but also by his public statements. It's hard to imagine the pain of a father watching his relationship with his child unravel so publicly, all while dealing with serious health issues and the enormous responsibilities that come with being monarch. As for Prince William, his reaction has been described in even stronger terms. According to some reports, he is furious. It's said that he's so upset by the ongoing chaos and the harm he believes it's causing the royal family that he wants to take bold action. Some sources claim he has even suggested that Harry and Meghan should be permanently stripped of their royal titles. If true, this would mark a dramatic and possibly irreversible step, showing just how serious and emotional the situation has become. Amid all this tension, attention has turned to Zara Tindall, Harry's cousin. Zara is known for her down-to-earth nature and for staying out of the spotlight. She and Harry once shared a close bond. They grew up together, facing the unique pressures of royal life side by side. Photos and stories from years past often show them laughing, chatting, and enjoying one another's company at family events. Their connection seemed strong and genuine. But today, with the royal family so divided, even once warm relationships may have changed, it's unclear whether Zara and Harry are still close or even in regular contact. Recently, Zara spoke out in a gentle but meaningful way. She didn't take sides, but she acknowledged that the family is going through difficult times. Her words seemed carefully chosen, perhaps a way to show her support for her family as a whole, while also hinting at her understanding of the personal struggles involved. What makes Zara's comments especially interesting is her unique position. She isn't a working royal like Prince William or Princess Kate, but she's still very much part of the inner circle. As Princess Anne's daughter, she knows how the royal world works, but she doesn't carry the same public responsibilities. This gives her a special perspective, close enough to feel the emotions, but just distant enough to speak with honesty and clarity. Her reputation for being real and sincere may be why people listen when she speaks. The struggles Zara mentioned likely refer to many things. There's the constant pressure of public life, the endless media attention, and the criticism that never seems to stop. There are also deep differences in how each family member sees their duty, their role, and the future of the monarchy. And beyond all that, there's the basic reality that families, even royal ones, are complicated. Disagreements, hurt feelings, and misunderstandings happen in every family. But in the royal family, everything plays out in front of the world. Together, Zara's thoughtful remarks, Prince Harry's emotional interviews, and the strong reactions from King Charles and Prince William create a picture of a family in the middle of a very painful chapter. The death of Queen Elizabeth Roman II marked the end of an era. Now, under King Charles, the monarchy is still trying to find its footing, but at the same time it is being shaken by personal heartbreak, public criticism, and private conflict. However, Zara's words may have done more than just comment on the situation. They may have reminded us that behind the titles and traditions, this is still a family. Zara Tindall's quiet voice in the midst of the storm may have offered a small but powerful message that healing is still possible, that support and love might one day replace anger and disappointment. But right now, the road to reconciliation looks long and uncertain. So what does all of this mean? Let's take a closer look. King Charles's relationship with Zara Tindall, the King of England, might seem serious and even a little intimidating to most people. His formal way of dressing and acting often gives off the impression that he keeps a certain distance. King Charles Roman III isn't someone you'd call warm and cuddly, at least not in public. He's known for following royal traditions very closely, and he rarely shows physical affection when the cameras are watching. Even with his wife, Queen Camilla, you don't often see hand-holding or hugs. But surprisingly, there are a couple of special people in his life who can break through that royal stiffness and bring out a softer side of the king. The first is none other than his grandson, Prince Louis, the youngest child of Prince William and Princess Catherine. Louis has a natural charm and playful energy that can melt anyone's heart, including his grandfather's. At Queen Elizabeth's Platinum Jubilee, the world got to see a rare and heartwarming moment. Prince Louis sitting on King Charles's lap, both of them smiling and hugging. It was a scene full of joy, showing that beneath the crown and the rules, Charles is a loving grandfather. But there's another person who also brings out the king's affectionate side, his niece, Zara Tindall. Whenever Charles sees her, his usually serious expression is replaced by a bright, genuine smile. There's an easy comfort between them that feels different from his other public appearances. Zara, the daughter of Princess Anne, may be part of the royal family, but she lives a very different kind of life. She's 21st in line to the throne and doesn't have a royal title, something she's actually very thankful for. Zara once said in an interview that she felt lucky her parents didn't give her or her brother Peter any royal titles because it allowed them to grow up with more freedom instead of embracing the fame and luxury of being a royal. Zara chose a quieter path focused on her family and her passion for sports, especially horse riding. She's even competed in the Olympics as an equestrian. Because she's not in the spotlight as much, her friendly and down-to-earth personality really shines through. That may be why so many members of the royal family, including King Charles, feel drawn to her. According to body language expert Judy James, Zara seems to bring out the best in her uncle. When the two are together, they often hug, laugh, and appear completely relaxed, even with cameras flashing all around them. Seeing King Charles so comfortable and happy is rare, and it's clear that Zara plays a big role in making that happen. What's interesting is how different they are. King Charles is known for being formal and reserved. Judy James even described him as hands-off. Zara, on the other hand, is lively, warm, and full of energy. She's spontaneous and outgoing, the complete opposite of her uncle in many ways. Yet somehow their bond just works. In fact, James believes Zara is protective of King Charles. When they are in public together, she doesn't hold back. She takes the lead in showing affection, which makes her look like she's watching out for him. One touching example happened at the 2022 Royal Ascot, when Zara gave Charles a sweet kiss on the cheek and wrapped her arm around his shoulders. It looked like a moment between close teammates huddling together, sharing a quick private check-in. It wasn't for the cameras. It felt real, like she was simply making sure her uncle was okay. So could Zara be filling the role once held by Prince Harry in William's life? Let's take a closer look. The royal bond between Williams and Zara. From childhood arguments to standing side by side at the king's coronation, Prince William and Zara Tindall share a bond that feels more like that of siblings than cousins. Although Prince William had a strong connection with Queen Elizabeth Roman II, insiders suggest that the Queen had a special affection for Zara and her brother Peter Phillips, preferring them over the future king. This favoritism may have been tied to the Queen's complicated relationship with William's father, King Charles Roman III, especially when compared to her closeness with Zara's mother, Princess Anne. Royal expert Ingrid Seard explained that the Queen was particularly close to Zara and Peter because they were her first grandchildren and always held a special place in her heart. This apparent favoritism led the Queen to protect Zara, especially when a playful William crossed the line. William and Zara have always been close, separated by only a year in age. However, like any siblings, they've had their disagreements. In the documentary The Queen at 90, William recalled an incident from his childhood when he angered his grandmother for chasing Zara while she was driving a go-kart, causing her to crash into a lamp post. He remembers his grandmother rushing out to scold them, a moment that stayed with him. When William was just 15, his mother, Princess Diana, tragically passed away in a car accident. The whole family, including Zara, supported William and his brother, Prince Harry, through their grief. Zara, who was once very close to both brothers, became an even more important source of comfort after Diana's death. Royal biographer Brian Huey shared that after Diana's passing, the Prince of Wales arranged a skiing trip to cheer the boys up with Zara, helping them forget their pain through snowball fights and wrestling in the snow. William has always had a deep affection for Zara. While many royals have tried to carve out separate careers, Zara Tindall has excelled in her own right as a celebrated equestrian. William, Catherine, and Princess Anne even joined her on the podcast The Good, the Bad, and the Rugby in 2023, where William shared a touching memory of the only time he cried while watching sports. He teared up when Zara won the European Championship, though he couldn't be there in person. He recalls the emotional moment as if he were there watching her triumph through a phone call. Zara chose to marry rugby player Mike Tindall instead of a royal, and the couple wed in July 2011, just 3 months after William and Catherine's marriage. Though their celebration wasn't as grand, it was a joyous occasion. William reportedly had a blast at the wedding, even taking charge of a karaoke machine and singing Bon Jovi's Living on a Prayer. While Kate cheered him on, the party lasted all night. Sources say that Mike and William also formed a strong bond, with Mike becoming like a surrogate brother to the prince. While tensions have sometimes arisen between Princess Anne and King Charles, such as when Charles didn't name his sister as a godmother, William has always been close to Zara. When William's first child, Prince George, was born in 2013, he named Zara as George's godmother, breaking tradition by choosing close friends instead of royals. Zara doesn't hold a royal title because her mother chose not to give her one, allowing her to lead a more normal life. Zara herself has said she feels lucky for this decision. Despite this, Prince William has tried to offer Zara a bigger role within the royal family as the number of working royals decreased, particularly after Harry and Meghan's departure. William reportedly sought Zara's help to support the family's duties. Although Zara didn't take on a royal role, William values her loyalty and support. Zara's loyalty to her family has made her a key figure in William's life. Royal commentator Victoria Arbiter emphasized that Zara understands William's need for trust, as she has lived a similar life but without the same pressures of royal duties. Her unwavering support has made her invaluable to him. The bond between their children is also strong, as seen when Princess Charlotte shared flowers with her cousin Mia at a Christmas service showing their close relationship. However, the growing divide between Prince William and Prince Harry has been hard for Zara, who once had a close relationship with both brothers. Zara tried to mediate between them, but by the time of King Charles's coronation, her interactions with Harry seemed distant. In 2024, it was reported that Zara had distanced herself further from Harry, suggesting she had chosen a side in the ongoing feud. Despite this, Zara continued to support William, especially after difficult family news. When Catherine was diagnosed with cancer in 2024, Zara was there for William, offering emotional support at royal events. As William navigated the challenges of royal duties without his brother, Zara remained a constant source of support. In the absence of Harry, she has become like the big sister William never had, offering her warmth and understanding. But how does Zara balance her lifestyle with royal expectations? Let's dive deeper and find out. Zara Tindall's lavish lifestyle. Despite her down-to-earth image, Zara Tindall's life is filled with expensive tastes, from luxurious vacations to high-end horses and designer clothes. While she may not be a princess, she certainly knows how to live like royalty. Zara, the daughter of Princess Anne, was raised in a life of privilege, attending some of the most exclusive schools in the UK, including Port Regis and Gordonstone School in Scotland, where her grandfather Prince Philip and uncle King Charles Roman III also went. Though Charles famously hated it, Zara enjoyed her time there, especially the sports and camaraderie. Like her mother, Zara fell in love with horses early on, even though equestrian sports are extremely costly. Maintaining her 12 horses alone can cost over $500,000 a year. Fortunately, Zara received sponsorship from her friend Jimmy Blackshaw, which allowed her to compete professionally. In 2006, she won the individual champion at the World Equestrian Games, and in 2012, she earned a silver medal at the Olympics. These days, she rides less frequently, but it still costs her around $200,000 a year. Zara was also an influencer long before social media. She had brand deals with companies like Must, Rolex, Land Rover, and the Royal Bank of Scotland, earning millions. Though some critics say she exploits her royal status, Zara insists these deals help fund her equestrian hobby, which is very expensive. Zara's wedding to rugby player Mike Tindall in 2011 was a lavish affair, with a pre-wedding party on the royal yacht and a ceremony that cost taxpayers a hefty sum in security. They lived in a multi-million house, which they later sold, and then bought a grand farmhouse with amenities like a gym, a cinema, and even a barn with a bar. They enjoy vacations in luxury destinations like Australia and Monaco, and even traveled to Bahrain for the Grand Prix. Zara has a love for high-end jewelry, often sporting Rolex watches and expensive rings. As a Land Rover ambassador, she has access to luxury cars. And in 2020, she was caught speeding in one. Zara is also building a business empire, working as a director at Cheltenham Racecourse and collaborating with various companies. Though she was once known for a fun, relaxed style, Zara has become more sophisticated over time. Wearing designer brands for public appearances, she often uses fascinators and headpieces to add her personal touch to her outfits, especially when attending horse races. Zara still enjoys a glamorous lifestyle, attending elite private clubs and hosting lavish parties. What are your thoughts on Zara Tindall's surprising revelation about the continuing feud between King Charles and Prince Harry? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe.